Hey guys, McJeffries here, and welcome back to the McJeffries Network on OpenTTD. Today we are at Dartbourne again. I really want to carry on with the freight network, as you can see a freight train's just passing through here. But, I don't know, I just feel like... How full is this, by the way? Pretty damn full. Quite pleased with that. That's good. I just feel like Dartbourne needs a bit of work still done to it. I feel like it's nearly finished, but not quite finished. And a big part of that is down to what I've done over here. So this is currently called Tonhattan Springs South. I'm going to rename this very quickly. If the game lets me. Come on. Yep, we're into deep lag mode now. Only during the autosave, so I might turn off the autosaves or turn them down. So Dartbourne Train Storage. Pop that there like that. I've also reduced the number of lines coming through here from 4 to 2. I think overall that'll probably do better for us. I'm also planning on having 2 little spur lines connecting over to here, but I haven't fully decided how to do that yet. So that's why it hasn't been done. I might even sort of go the long way around and come out over here, because it might be easier to actually connect it up. One of the first things I want to do today though is, Dartbourne is a big town, but it's very limited in where it can grow because the railway is in the way. Because I don't have level crossings turned on, towns can't build level crossings by themselves, or cities in this case. So there's no way for the city to actually get onto the other side of the tracks, and I don't want to build anything where this tram bridge is, because we're actually going to be moving the tram today, which is quite exciting, I suppose. So the tram is now going to be coming down here, and it's going to terminate right next to the RER station. I keep calling it the RER, but it's not really the RER, is it? This isn't RER, this is... I can't even remember what we agreed it would be called now, which is a bit of an annoyance. It was going to be called something cool, I just can't remember what. Someone have to remind me in the comments what we agreed that this line here would be called. But that's where the new tram stop station is going to go, and we'll pop the bus station next to it. Now, because Dartbourne isn't such a big town, right? Well, no, sorry, let me try that again. Dartbourne is massive. Because Dartbourne isn't a very big city in terms of its transport network right now, we can afford to sort of have one stop here, and then just have the depot there. We're then going to change this up by grabbing the Dartbourne Trams. And let's pause the game for a second, just while we do this. So we're actually going to have this go on a couple of laps before it comes back to where it originated. So I think what I might also do is extend this line actually. So let's get rid of all of these. Let me guess, the tram was just going in the depot. Yes, it was. Oh, that's annoying. Come out the depot. Get out the depot. Get out the depot. Get out the depot. There we go. Pause the game again. I bet that's not... Yeah, it's not moved enough. Come on, get out of the way. Right, pause the game. Open this. Dartbourne Trams. Let's replace them first. Let's go for something with big capacity. So the Super Tram is a good candidate. Holds 243 passengers, which is a hell of a lot more than we're currently able to hold. And we're also going to send to depot. Meanwhile, whoops, this entire area here is going to be remodeled. All of this is going to go. All of this is going to go. Get rid of that so the trams can turn round. Close that for a second. So these are all going to go to the depot, which is over here. They're all going to be upgraded, and everything's going to be hunky-dory. We're also now, as I said, we're going to look at extending the tram line. So Dartbourne North is the current terminus, but I reckon we can make it go a lot further, because we've got... let's see, we've got an area all the way up here we can go, and then we can branch out this way, and we can also branch out this way if we wanted to, up as far as Senwell. So why not take advantage of that, you know? Why not actually do it? So let's grab this. From the high street, we'll come out this way. Come on, game. There we go. Does need a little bit of coaxing here and there. It's not too bad, as I say. It's not seriously laggy. It's just a bit of a pain every now and then. It's not too bad though. So whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you about some struggles that I have had with the new Dartbourne station. It's working pretty well now, but to get it into that state, I had to do the thing that I've done a few times in the past, where I've had to send all the trains to the depot, send one representative from each line out to fill the timetable up, and then just release all the rest in one big go. That's now happened, and I'm pleased to say everything is working smoothly. Even the freight trains are running through the station very, very smoothly, which I'm really, really pleased with. That was one of the big deals for me, was making sure every type of train can run through the station as well as the next type of train, if that makes sense. And we've pretty much hit that goal. So as I say, I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased with that. And what it means is I can start focusing. That's really not what I wanted. Start focusing efforts elsewhere on the network, just refining things, improving things, gearing it up, because eventually we're going to have lots of freight trains running through Dartbourne, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to improve Dartbourne first. There must have been a few people wondering why suddenly has he jumped from freight to improving a station that's been here since virtually the start of the series. And there's your answer. It's this whole thing of future-proofing, making sure that just changing the name of this for a second, making sure that the line itself, the track and the infrastructure and everything like that is prepared for the freight trains arriving. And it's not a sudden shock and the whole system comes to a juddering halt because it simply can't cope. That would not be very good. Alright, so that's that done. I'm going to get rid of Grove Road here. The old Grove Road is now gone. I'm also going to move north. So north is currently there, but I'm going to move it. Pause game again very quickly. Might give it a bit of a rename as well. But I'm going to move. Let's see where I'm actually going with this. I kind of want it to go right up into the hills of the city. Almost like San Francisco cable car style. Properly climbing up the hill. This is pretty good. And then maybe come down this side as well. I'm shooting myself in the foot a little bit here because there's no real plateau for a station, or stop I should say. So let's just do some groundwork there. There we go. Like that. And then out this way. Like so. Pop you there, I suppose. That one there, and then we'll pop you there. We'll fill in this gap with road as well, make sure that buildings and stuff can spring up on the sides. Next stop we'll pop here. So this is the new Dartbourne North, which is cool. I'm okay with that. Dartbourne Halt, I suppose we can keep that as a name as well. And again, let me just grab my phone for a second so I can go back on Twitter and get some more name suggestions off Reedy. Because at the moment I'm sort of going through by person. So once I've used up all of Reedy's ideas, I'll then go on to the next person's ideas. So Elliot Gardens was one suggestion. Quite a nice one. Holt. Yeah, we'll keep that as Holt actually. Why not? And the one up here, Dartbourne North, is fine. Bridge Heights is fine. Bridge Woods, I suppose that's fine as well. Down here, I'm very tempted to space these stops out a bit more. So what used to be Grove Road is now going to be High Street. So High Street has now been moved. And then this Heights will now be Grove Road. Now obviously in a real life city, they won't just suddenly decide that... Eh? Oh. Alright, Grove... That's a bit weird. I've never gone in a video before. Grove Lane, because that's still... Where is it? That's still named. So until that disappears, I can't reuse it. Dartbourne South, yeah, we're going to get rid of you as well. Or at least we're going to move you. So I think you... Let's have a look. The other line's going to come out this way. And it's going to climb up this way, and it's pretty much just going to run. This is the differences that we have between our towns and cities. So Guard City, it's all sort of, well, apart from one little on-street running section, it's all separated by avenues. Whereas in Dartbourne, it's the opposite. It's all street running. There's nothing wrong with that, you know, it works. If it works, why change it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as the famous saying says. Do you know what? Actually, I do want to avoid going near the railway station here. I think at this point we could do with separating ourselves a little bit from the rail network, going a bit independent. So this line's going to branch off down this way, and is actually going to end up here in Bruntingpool Bridge. So let's do that. Get the old loop in. So we'll pop you there. In fact, might as well do all the stops whilst we're here. Okay, so your hardware store, we're going to change that because we don't want things named after industries. Hudson Green. I should probably have marked off which ones. I'll just call it Hudson. Just Hudson. Bruntingpool Bridge Hudson. Or more on that later. Next one, let's do it. Again, I'm trying to spread out the stops a bit more. So where's Flynbridge is there, so that kind of works out, I suppose. So at this point, we're going to have high capacity trams running quite a long way. Oh, is there a recycling plant near here? Oh, there is. That's quite cool. Can't do anything with it though. Unless we build a freight line coming out and underneath. There's a forest there as well. We might as well keep that actually. Again, it's got one of those... A recycling plant is just about quirky enough where you'd say, we'll call the stop after that, why not? It's a local landmark. Anything else you'd sort of think, well, that's a bit weird. Dartbourne East I'm quite happy with as well. And then... Dartbourne South. Yeah. You in there. Even though it's technically not south. Screw it. It'll do. It'll do. We'll then get rid of this version of Dartbourne Transfer. We'll get rid of this bridge and this little section here. Get rid of this track. And we'll replace this with a road bridge. And that should allow... Actually, let's replace it with a tunnel. Because I like to see... It's not the most picturesque thing in the world. But I quite like to see the station. So the tunnel itself is not very good. But the station... That was me dropping my phone on the floor. Oh, I always do that. How do I get that wrong? Every single time. And actually, I need to leave a space here anyway for something I'm going to introduce in a little section. Let's just make sure my phone's not in pieces. It's not. Awesome. Right. I could always reuse names, I suppose, if I'm going into different towns. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I just haven't really thought about that much. This line here as well. This line? No, this line. I'm very tempted to have another sort of branch coming off it this way, and sort of going into this part of town. No, that's not smart. Let's do it behind here. Ah, forest in the way. Okay, we won't do it there either. Let's carry on this way then, why not? Up and over this bridge, and do it here. Why the heck not? So you're Buntingpool Bridge Woods. You're just Buntingpool Bridge. Alright, we'll leave that as well. And then we'll have another stop here. Oil wells, well that's not going to last. Again, we'll turn to Reedy. Dean Avenue. And that's about that. I feel like we could probably fit another stop in here. Sort of here. Dartbourne Exchange. Let's change this actually. Something that's quite common in Britain. Doesn't really exist anywhere else, but... Well, actually no, that's probably a lie. But corn exchanges. They're mostly used as like theatres or like concert venues these days. But back in the day, corn exchanges were literally where you would go to buy and sell corn and other sort of farm-based commodities. And it was quite a trade. You know, a lot of people... that's probably not smart, actually. A lot of people would go to these places and they were quite booming. It was only when sort of that industry died down that corn exchanges started being converted for what they're used for now. It's very interesting. Just, I mean, when I was a lot younger, used to go to Christmas markets with family. Not through choice, believe me, I was forced. But one year we went to Rochester and we went to the corn exchange. And I heard the word corn exchange and thought exactly that. It's like, well, why are we going to see where corn is exchanged? But they had some kind of, I think it was a pantomime or something going on there. Totally not anything to do with the corn exchange. So it was very surreal at that age to see what a corn exchange actually was, or is, because they still exist. Just not used for what they were originally designed for. Again, you see I'm leaving space here for an extra platform at Dartbourne. More on that a little bit later on in today's episode. But let's get these trams out and going, shall we? So we've got Dartbourne Trams as a group. I'm actually going to call this DT1. You go from Dartbourne to... I've forgotten the name of this place now. Senwell Grange Square, so SGS. Okie dokie. And you go into there, grab this, and all of you this is confusing when you're trying to drag each one. There we go. You can tell which ones have and haven't been done because they're slightly greyed out in the background. There we are. Right. So you go to Dartbourne, as we've established. You then go to Dartbourne Transfer, which we will rename, I think. Dartbourne High Street. You then branch off to the west, funny enough, through Dartbourne West. Grove Lane, up into the hills. I feel like as this town grows, we're going to need some more stops on this route. So I'm going to pop one here, and I'm probably going to pop one here as well, because if I link this up with road, this will be the route that the road takes. And you know, you have buildings and all kinds of things springing up along this route. So might as well get in early. Stick that in now. So we got to Grove Lane, didn't we? Yeah. Senwell Valley. Senwell Woods. Senwell. Grange Square. And then back. Now, I think for these, I might only make them do the trip once. I think once feels like enough. And then you'll go there. So that's a no loading. That is a service. Let's do the timetable. So let's do 250. I think that should be enough. And then the depot, I will do 1,000. Just so it can catch up. I think that'll do it. And we'll start you off, I suppose, and we'll just release the rest when we can. So that's route 1. Let's get route 2 going, shall we? Actually, do you know what? I'm going to release these periodically, and I think I will extend the tram station, make it a little bit bigger. So we'll have stops here as well. I want to keep the bus separate though. Again, that's important. Bus separate from tram, just so that there's more. Come on, game. There's more space for buses to stop as well. Because I hate it when buses and trams get in each other's way. It's very frustrating. So Dartbourne is very fastly becoming our... Very fastly? Is that a grammatically correct sentence? I don't think so. Dartbourne is very rapidly becoming our sort of second city. Even though it's very, very close to Guard City. So we are going to have to be careful that we don't end up with too many sort of big vehicles, big cities near each other. We don't want them stepping on each other's toes. But at the same time, you know, it is nice to have these cities springing up around each other as well. It is pretty cool. Right, let's go on the long route next. So, or the uphill route, should we say? So High Street, yep. Elliot Gardens, yep. Holt, yep. Up the hill to north. Dafing, do you know what? I think we could go over here, actually, all the way to... I feel like this line isn't quite long enough. I feel like it could be doing more of a journey still. So let's do that. If we can actually at least get it to the town that these stops are named after, I reckon we'd be alright. Because here's Dafing Bridge here. You know, we're nowhere near Dafing Bridge right now. Some of these towns, like, I don't know how Prunway-on-Sea grew to be so big. It must just be one of these random towns that turns into a city without you even having to do anything. But you know, that's cool. We can have a bus line go in there from Dartbourne. Buses are the next thing on the priorities list once we go back to freights and finish that off. I'm starting to go back and meet people's demands now. So, you know, you guys wanted me to do... that is the worst possible terminus spot I could have chosen. You guys wanted me to do buses. You want me to do airports as well. Airports, I think it maybe still a little bit off, but buses definitely are getting closer. Definitely. Let's pop one there as well. And again, we'll extend the road up this way. Do a little T-junction here, and then straight along into what is technically Dartbourne. Right, you are going to be renamed... Grocer's Grange. I spelled Grocer's right. That doesn't look right. Why doesn't that look right? Where is the Grocer's? I don't even know what Grocer's stores look like on here. Oh, there it is. Oh, it does. It is spelled right. Something about the word grocer just doesn't look right. Here, I'm going to take away the word paper and just keep it as mill. There we are. Alright, so we got to Heights. The next one is Woods. Come on. Here we are, and then South. And then Grocer's Grange. Mill. Grocer's Grange. South. Woods. Heights. North. Holt. Elliot Gardens. High Street, which is going to be a huge interchange on the tram network. Yep. and there's a lot of trams queuing at the moment, so I'm going to let these trams get out the way before I set this next lot off. And then transfer, and then finally Dartbourne itself. Depot for servicing. You are no loading? No, not full load. No loading. No, I don't even want that. And you are service. That's what I meant to do. 250. I think it was. Yeah, must have been. And you are 1000. Autofill. Okie dokie. And the next one's here. So you're DT2. Dartbourne to just DM. I think it was just DM. Yeah, Dafing Bridge Mill. Sweet. And you go into there. Ungrouped goes into there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will do. How's this queue going? 3 more to go still. They're kind of separating themselves, sort of, maybe, a little. These freight trains go really slow. That does cause problems, as you can see here. Once a freight train comes in through the slow line here, it will stop and wait at this signal, which then stops other trains from being able to get in. And look at that, Dartbourne is growing already on this side of the bridge, which is awesome. Happy about that. As long as nothing grows where I want this extra platform to go, we should be fine. Have all these gone yet? One more. I feel like there's enough of a gap there that I can start you off. And these other ones I'm going to leave for now. Final 2 more routes. But I say final 1, but there's 2 more. So you are Dartbourne to... Let's go this way first. So DT3, Dartbourne to BBW. That's not going to work. Just BB. Or BBF. That was a really poor abbreviation. We do not want that in this series. Thank you very much. Forest. Okie dokie. And we'll drag you into Dartbourne Trams, and we'll grab you and drag you into this one. Like so. Pin you. That's already pinned, and we'll pin this one as well. Okie dokie. So you go Dartbourne. Dartbourne South. Dartbourne East. Corn Exchange. And then you go north here. Dean Avenue. Forest. Dean Avenue. Now this service is going to be sort of not very busy, let's say. The majority of the traffic, I think, will be between Corn Exchange and these 2 stops here. So I think we only need 4 vehicles on this route. I might increase it over time, but at least with this system now, you can start small and work up, or you can start big. And if you go too big, you can take it down again without having to reset the entire roster of vehicles, which I'm really pleased with. Because believe me, that was a pain on the old patch. So I'm very happy that the auto is on this patch. Very, very happy indeed. That was a masterstroke, whoever came up with that idea. 2, 3, 4. And you're all set and ready to go. Final one. So let's see again. This goes up to Brunthingpool Bridge. So this is just BB. So DT4, Dartbourne to BB. Drag you in. Haven't got the vehicle yet. That's fine. We'll grab you now. I think we've actually gone for the same vehicles that we have in Guard City, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, although it was something I was hoping to avoid. We might come back and revisit that. Change some vehicles up. Alright, Dartbourne, Dartbourne South, Dartbourne East, Corn Exchange, Recycling Depot, Flynbridge West, Hub, and then back. Again, we'll just do the journey once. There's no point in doing it more than once. I'm also tempted to reconfigure this stop so it goes this way instead, because I think it's a bit pointless coming down this hill and then back up it again. It's a bit of a waste of energy, I would say, if energy conservation was a thing on this game, which it really isn't, to be honest, but even so. Alright, so that, no loading, and that. 250 all the way down except for this one, which is 1,000. Autofill, and this one I'm going to do 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, start you up. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and that. And in a second, once this this tram has done its thing and headed off, chaos will ensue, because I'm going to release all these trams in one big go. And hope to God that it doesn't come back and bite me in the backside. So this new platform, that's the next thing I'm going to do, and also the last thing I'm going to do in today's episode. This new platform is going to be part of something that I'm going to call Commuter Rail. And it's going to be a new set of services that are going to operate around Guard City to other major towns / cities. So as you can see already, Dartbourne is rapidly expanding. I reckon Dartbourne is going to fill, Greater Dartbourne it's going to end up being, is going to fill the majority of this valley here. I have very, very good faith in that happening. So because of that, I think that there needs to be a sort of, I guess it comes under the bracket of shuttle service. There needs to be some kind of shuttle service that will operate between Dartbourne and Guard City. So I reckon, let's put the buffer stop in first actually. The only thing I'm not 100% sure of right now is the size of the train. So I don't actually want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I kind of want it like that. That's totally not what I wanted either. So hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go there. And then single-sided platforms. Pop you there. We'll go down to the sign, which is a long way down, actually. There it is. And then some kind of cover. Actually, I think for here, we'll have a bridge, because we need a bridge. Because we can't have the underpass in because of the way we've designed this. And then we'll have a shelter. I keep calling it a cover for some reason. It's not a cover at all, it's a shelter. And then signal goes there, and then the waypoint goes there. And this is going to be Dartbourne Commuter. I'm going to call it. As you can see, at the moment, and probably for the foreseeable, it only connects to the lines coming from GSJ. And that's sort of done deliberately. I mean, there's absolutely no reason to do it any other way. Let's see, have I got an old... I must have one somewhere. I withdrew a load of diesel trains as well, because we just had too many operating on the line. It's another one of the reasons why the services are running a lot smoother. It's because there's less vehicles in the way. What type of train are you? You're not really the type I wanted. You're also full of passengers, which isn't very good, and you're 607 years old. So those passengers have been on board for 607 years. Yeah. So let's do CD for commuter diesel. GSJ to D, and I kind of want it to be either 4 or 6, and because I can't decide, I'm going to do 5, because why not? I'm going to make another quick group called Guard City Commuter. So Guard City Commuter is going to be all types of so actually already I've kind of messed this up. It's going to be all different types of tracks. So there's going to be electrified third rail, there's going to be electrified hang on, let's do this and then I'll tell you. There's going to be electrified third rail, there's going to be electrified overhead, and there's going to be diesel. So technically, not officially, but technically, this is hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that. So I could argue that this is now actually part of commuter rail. The overhead electric here. I could potentially argue that. Who knows? Who knows? So I've put that this is going from GSG to D. So I think the first thing I should do is actually pop the station in at GSG. I totally lost where I was then. I was wondering why there was metro trains running on this track. It's fine. It's fine. It's all planned. There's a couple of trains queuing here. Couple, not many, just a couple. Because I want to add some new stations in as well that are only going to be used by the commuter trains. So sort of very short stops at these stations. And also going to be very basic platforms like a shelter, an underpass to get in and out, and just a blank platform. That's pretty much going to be it. So I'm going to do some tweaking here to this bit of the track. Not too much, but just a little bit. Unfortunately, it means I have to do quite a lot of external work as well. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So let's see. If I lower all this down, we'll do this to there, let's say, and then pop these back in, like so. These should all be 6 apart, so I should just be able to do that and that, like that. This is going to be our next station. Nice and simple. GSJ will be the next one on here, because I don't think we can fit. Well, we could probably fit another one here, actually. Looking at it. That'd be a pretty cool one. Very much a commuter rail service. So maybe even one here. I can see there's probably a lot of people right now shaking their heads thinking, what is he doing? I didn't say this would work first time. It might require some tweaking to make it work properly. But, you know, it's worth a shot, surely. So if it does work, what an awesome service this would be. And again, I can reconfigure some of this track now to get more stations in. Like that. Pop you there, pop you there, get rid of you, and then go there, there, and there. Alright, let's try this and see how it works. It might not work at all, but we'll try it. That's the main thing. So GSG, like that. You're then going to go to Plenville North. Might as well do this twice over, actually, and then we'll do the old there and there. Far end, no loading. Service, no loading, no unloading. Okay. So then you go Plenville North twice. Pronding Hall Valley twice. Windsor twice. Awesome name, Windsor. Happy with that. Windsor Heights. Long stretch here, which might help space out trains again. Grafingfield Heights and then Grafingfield. Again here, I feel like maybe not. I don't think there's enough room for another station. I think because here there's such a big gap between Lenthill and Little Frenningville. That one made sense. And then Bradhead Woods. And then finally Dartbourne Commuter. And then Dartbourne, which is far end. Quickly change this up. So we're going to do 250 at each of these stops, except for these ones, which are only going to be 100. Or maybe 150. 150. You divide that by 20, what have you got? About 6? 7? 7. Of course it's 7. 140. I'm doing it to the nearest multiple of 20, by the way. Obviously it's not. It's 7 1/4 if you do it to the absolute number, but I'm not doing that. Just so that they're not at these stops for long. So if a train does get stuck behind, they're not stuck behind for long before this one starts moving again. Grafingfield Heights is also one that needs to change. 150. Lenthill is fine. Lenthill Woods is the next one. Little Frenningville is also fine, but Radhead Woods is the next one. Alright, and once you get to Dartbourne, I'd say you're going to tick over for like 500. Same with GSJ. Tick over for 500. Because there's no rush to get back, really. Lenthill Woods. There's a question that I wanted to ask you guys actually whilst I was doing this. And it's to do with... I've been looking at my audience figures recently and sort of seeing how much it's changed. And one of the things that I do find quite encouraging, in some respects, is that the majority of my viewers aren't subscribers. And what I hope that translates into is it's people still discovering my channel for the first time. And it's not people who are watching my videos consistently, but just aren't subbed to the channel. So that's encouraging. My male to female figures are a little bit disappointing. It's like 95% male or something like that, 9 and 5% female. So I'm a little bit interested in knowing why that is. Is it just my content isn't that interesting for females, or is it something that is it my mannerisms? Is it something I say, something I do? Whatever it is, let me know if you're one of these people. And if you're one of these people, if you're a female and you're put off by my channel, or if you're a male and you're overly put on by my channel, sort of let me know what appeals to you. Do you watch my videos for me, or do you watch my videos for the content? You know, do you prefer the game and prefer it if I didn't talk as much? Do you like the amount of talking I do? Some people have said that they enjoy my sort of scientific knowledge. I'm happy to do that if people want me to. If people don't want me to do that, I'm happy to do that as well. It's kind of up to what you guys want. I'm just quickly going to move these into commuter whilst I remember. So this one is technically now 2 and 3. But yeah, I'm really interested in getting feedback. Now we've reached 700 subscribers as well, which is incredibly exciting. Thank you everybody who's made that happen. I think it was like 705 my last time checking, which is also awesome. But yeah, I'm just interested in knowing what brings you to the channel, what makes you keep wanting to watch videos, and also, you know, how can I attract more people? Whatever it is, let me know. I'm always interested in feedback. You know, it's It's something that I take great care in listening to. Unless it's absolutely negative for negative's sake, in which case I probably won't be as interested in listening to it. But that very rarely happens. So I'm thinking about what type of vehicle to get. I'm very interested in getting the Express Sprinter, just because I think it looks awesome. I like the design. So what will happen is, although I'm also tempted to go for the Metro Camel, because then it links up with the River Line, which is also 5 units. But then I don't want it to look like I'm just reusing those. So I think we are going to go for this. And get that going. So for now, I suppose I'm just going to clone this train. I think 3 will probably do as a startup. We'll see how that goes. So what I'm going to do is let it run through once, and then I'm going to wait for the train to upgrade, and then I'm going to autofill it again to see if that makes a change. Well, obviously it will make a change because the train will then be going 15 miles per hour faster. But you know what I mean, just to let it properly autofill and get working properly. So the train currently runs at 75 miles per hour. It will run at 90. Why are you stuck here? So we've got that problem again. Not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that at all. But the max speed of these is actually 75. So in that case, I'm going to cancel the auto renew and just let it go as it is. So let's cancel this. Stop replacing. There we are. Okay. So I'm going to leave this auto-filling and see how it goes. We'll come back next time and I'll give you the old feedback as to whether it's worked or not. And if it hasn't worked, if I've made any changes. I do a lot of off-camera surveying. That's really annoying that that's running so early. Why is that train running so early? Doesn't make sense. But that just about does it for today, guys. So we've done some more work at Dartbourne, which I'm really pleased with. The trams are slowly starting to work their way around Dartbourne and the other areas. This really doesn't feel right. These trains feel like they're running way too early, but I really don't know why. When they auto-filled, it was... So what was this? GSJ to L. Which is Laughing Way. SD... where are you? SD, GSJ to L. It looks like all of these trains are running early. Oh, this one's running late. Of course, one of them had to be running late, and it had to be the one that I'm now using as the leader. Oh well, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. I mean, even here, running late, running early. Sorry, not late. Running really early. So I'm just going to reset these late counters to let them go, just to get them moving. I'm sure that will sort itself out over time. So look at that. Dartbourne is actually extending to south of the station now. So eventually, I think this lake will end up being swallowed up. This stuff here we will come back to. It's here for a reason. The reason why this is only 2-track as well, and this one here is 2-track. I had to do a little bit of track reconfiguring to make sure this all worked. But I think overall, it's actually pretty good. We've got a pointless bridge here as well, which I could replace, I suppose. We'll probably come back to that at some point in the future as well. But yeah, it's all very exciting as we continue to head on to towards more exciting projects. So as I say, freight will be returning next time. We're going to carry on with the next bit of the chains. We've done recyclables, we've done scrap metal. The next one to do is metal, and I already have the station set up for that. At least the loading side. I haven't done the unloading side yet because I haven't found a factory. I haven't actively been looking for one, but I haven't found a factory for it to be delivered to yet. So once I've done that, then we'll be able to I was thinking, should I do that off camera? I might do that on camera so you get to see the process. Because I'm being very methodical about it this time. Unlike last time where I just sort of stuck loads of things down and then wondered why it didn't work. This time I'm putting a lot more thought into it. So I think I'll find the... I think it's a factory it goes to. But I'll find it on camera wherever it is. So until then, guys, that should be on Monday. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. Drop some comments down below for ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.